Good morning, gang. For those of you that actually can see me, happy Saturday morning. It was a rough night for a lot of people. We had, as you probably are well aware of, heavy storms that came through the whole Mississippi River Delta, the Midwest, the northern tier of the Deep South. And this ain't over yet. For those of you guys that are pretty much anywhere along the East Coast, I mean, from Maine all the way down to Georgia, get ready. This is coming. And this is a pretty nasty storm. It hit us about 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning here. Strong winds, heavy rain, heavy thunder, lightning. Obviously, it's still pitch black outside, so I can't see what's going on. But was not a good night. Looking at poweroutage.us this morning, we've got well over 500,000 people without power right now. Apparently, we've had some serious damage done in certain places. It looks like Iowa and Arkansas took the worst of it. I know I was talking to my cousin up in Chicago last night, making sure they were safe. And, they had 90-mile-an-hour winds come through the suburbs of Chicago. There was actually a tornado warning in Chicago yesterday, in Cook County, guys, to give you an idea how bad this was. Tornadoes usually don't hit cities. But you saw a concert hall in Belvedere, Illinois, which is, maybe an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours west of Chicago. A roof collapsed while a concert was going on. You had, I think so far we've heard of 4 casualties. I mean, I was watching Ryan Hall last night from about 5 o'clock till I went to bed around 10. And, I mean, it was 16, 18 tornado warnings for hours. I mean, it was just crazy what was going on. I mean, this storm literally, guys, went from the Gulf of Mexico to the Canadian border. I mean, and it's still going. I mean, New York, Boston, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Atlanta. This is what's coming today, guys. Get ready. It looks like the storm is somewhat weakening a little bit. I'm under a tornado watch until 7:30 this morning. I'm pretty safe from tornadoes around here, being the fact that I'm in a hollow, or holler for those of you down here. But this is stuff to take seriously. And it's events like this that we prep for, or should prep for, let's put it this way, more than the end of the world as we know it, Teowaki. Okay. I know there's always going to be people that are going to say, well, if your house gets hit by a tornado, you lose all your food anyway, blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay. I get it. All right. You don't have to be a smartass. But let me explain something real quick. None of us know when our time is up. Okay. We're not born with a calendar going, and here's the last day you're going to be on the face of the earth. You don't prep going, well, I'll just have everything wiped out. No, you prep so, and hopefully that you're not wiped out and that you can help yourself, or in situations like this that you have the potential to help other people. All right? Because y'all know how tornadoes work. Tornadoes literally can completely wipe out one house and leave the person next door standing unscathed. I've seen that happen many times over my life, where one person's completely devastated and their next door neighbor, it looks like nothing ever came through. All right. Chances are, you might want to help those in your community. Looking at food, water, okay, simple things. After this goes through today, it's supposed to be sunny and in the 70s here, okay? And, you can figure Arkansas, Missouri, West Tennessee, Central Tennessee, Kentucky, you're going to probably have that same weather. Getting out there and cleaning up is going to be strenuous, hot work. And you need to stay hydrated. Okay? So you have people that are going to be out trying to pick up the pieces of their life, completely in a mental state that's like, oh my God, what the hell just happened to me? And maybe at least a little thing you can do is hand them a bottle of water, or maybe a hot dog, or something, a little bit of food, a little bit of water. Let's say you didn't even go through the devastation part, and your neighbors are without power. Your whole neighborhood is without power, whatever it is. Okay? You might know one of your neighbors that requires electricity for something. Okay? Let's say it's an oxygen or something like that. I mean, I'm just off the top of my head saying something. Maybe you have the ability to help them a little bit. How about how about the fact that you have a little generator, and maybe at least you might be able to help somebody charge their phone so they can call their family and say, hi, Mom, I'm alive. Those are the little things that maybe we have the opportunity to do. As I said in the video after Mississippi, which of course was in this yesterday, so this is a third weather event that Mississippi's had in 7 days, okay? As I was saying the other day about Mississippi, the devastation is incredible. I mean, I've never lived through a tornado, thank God, okay? I never want to. Could I ever? Sure. Could anybody? Sure. But one of the things that makes us better than the Red Cross, the federal government, or whatever it is we actually have compassion. Okay? We will try to help other people. And that's blatantly obvious by what you see Bear do, by what you see Ryan Hall do, and I'm certain there's many others that get out there and go out and help people clear. I mean, you saw it last night on Ryan's live stream, if you guys watched it or not. One of the storm chasers said, we're done for the night. We just passed a house with a tree on top of it. We're going to check for any injuries or survivors or whatever it is. That's what Americans do. We help each other. Okay, that's not what communists do. Communists are like, that's your problem. Okay, me, right? So we don't worry about them. They want to be me. They can take care of themselves. The rest of us who actually have a belief in the man upstairs, compassion for our fellow human beings, want to see everybody succeed, not just ourselves. We have a tendency to help. Guys, this morning, if you have the ability, if you're in any one of these areas that has been struck whatsoever, do your community, do yourself a little favor. Look around and see if you can help somebody in the smallest way. Like I said, even if it's a bottle of water, handing somebody a hot dog, letting somebody charge a phone on a generator you have. It's those little things that may put a smile on somebody's face this morning, even ever so slightly smile, or give them just an iota of hope that their life didn't get completely turned upside down last night. We have to be compassionate. This isn't an us versus them. This is a Mother Nature versus us. Okay? It's times like this that we need to stick together as best we can. Politics shouldn't come into play with events like this. Inevitably, they will, okay? Of course, because for some strange reason, Biden will figure out how to blame the tornadoes on Trump. Of course, everything has got to be Trump's fault. It's not like we can blame Joe Biden for the tornadoes. We actually use some common sense. But the response of which you see to these tornadoes will be interesting. You know, hopefully, if and when Joe ever goes, he'll get the name of the city right and won't go down to Rolling Fork, Mississippi and call it Rolling Stone like he did yesterday. But, then again, you don't expect, a delusional old man to have any sort of common sense. The rest of the administration, hopefully FEMA gets out there and starts helping these people. I'm already seeing stories on line workers being scattered all over the place, fire departments and police departments stretched way beyond their limits. If you can do anything, even if it's standing in the street and directing traffic because there's a down power line up the street and you can wave people off, even if it's something like that, somehow to help. Anything you guys can do, go for it. If you guys want to contribute, I know Ryan was raising money yesterday at 10 o'clock. He'd raised like 50 grand for these people. I'm certain that when Bear's done in Mississippi, he'll be doing something else again. Or whatever charity, well, I don't want to say charity because then that, if you want to pad the pockets of a CEO of Red Cross and help all the illegals come across the border, donate there. But anybody, any organization that is actually helping these people, please do what you can. Okay, I know we will. I know the channel will. We'll see what we can do there. But guys, stay safe. Say a prayer for everybody who got their life turned topsy-turvy last night. And guys on the East Coast, get prepared. This is coming your way. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the day. I may not see you till tonight, but try to make it through the day, guys, and everybody just be strong. Pinball out.